Yeah, this one has a problem. I will try to keep them short because the voice cuts off after some time. So to start with, I've gone back to our scene that we are forming. You might remember that there was a menu scene, and if I play this and we have got the buttons done. I haven't done all the highlights, but I showed you how to do rollovers, and it comes to the gameplay scene. So in this scene, I'm going to make a floor. I'm going to call this floor, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make the X 50 and the Z 50. So now you know 3D, X and Z is, my plane has become big. I'm making my height half, and you can see I have a nice stuff. Oh, sorry, this should have gone in the, I wanted to put this in the gameplay scene, so I want to cut it. Can I cut it? No. Can I drop it? No. I'm going to delete it from here. I want to go to the gameplay scene and get my flow. 50, 50, 5. So I've got my flow. Let's get another object, and you can import your objects. You know those FBX exports which we do with media? They can come here, except when you bring them and you select on your object, just make sure you select on your object and then set the scale. There's a scale to actually fit because it really comes big, or scale them down in max. I'm just going to create another cube. Just going to make his height 3 there. Put his position 0. So this fellow, my floor is sitting at, I'll put my floor at 0 as well. Put my floor at 0, and what I will do is I will just move my camera from the side view. I'll select my camera and I'll move my camera a bit higher so I can see there, okay? So I've just moved my camera a bit and I'm moving it a bit outside, there. A bit higher, maybe a bit closer, yeah. I can angle, I can rotate my camera on X and make it look down, see that? So I can rotate it, maybe make it look down by 10 degrees, yeah. Now this cube, I'm just going to call it my player. He's going to move around after I give him a script. And his position is also, oh, scale, sorry, scale. It wasn't the position, it was scale, and his position is 0. To make it 1.9. Because I scaled my floor down, I just want him sitting on the floor. Okay, that's enough. I'm just going to add, just going to change the color of this. I'm going to add a material. I'm going to say create material player, just so that I can see the player. Make it good. And I'm going to drag and drop this on the player. Yep. So just so that I can see it. I've not done any scripting yet. Now let's give this guy movement. So let's go to the scripts, create script, player move. Player moves. Double click. So while that opens in MonoDevelop, I want to show you something. If I take the player here and I move it in the X here, if I change the transform, no, it's all good. So if I change the transform, it works. Good. So now I have to change the transform with a script. Then I must change the transform in such a way that if the user uses game controls, the transform gets affected. Understand the logic. Transform is what moves an object, at least one of the ways of moving an object, right? And we have got a menu here, transform XYZ. I will show you something. See these input settings? We have got horizontal axis, vertical axis, up, down. See the arrow keys? See the buttons? These input methods already exist within the engine. Like fire is mapped to control or alt, or left control and right control. So it's got fire 1, fire 2. And you can program these as input. And you can do many things. The first thing we want to do is just translate. So let's look at this. Let's look at this script systematically. If I go to start and I say transform dot translate. Now see this, if I actually put one bracket, it tells me it requires 3 values, vector 3, x, y, z, okay? It's telling me it requires 3 values. I can say 0, 2, 0, x, y, 0, okay? I'm going to apply this to the player, let's say. So the player has a script which tells him to do this. The y, it has to move, but it's by script. When I play this, see that? Did you see that move up? Yep. Now if I take this same thing and I put it in update. Now update runs, it's like a function. It runs 60 times a second, right? Cool. It keeps going on 60 times. Cool. If I say 0.2 now, because that's a decimal, I must say f. Because it's a decimal, I must say f, floating point. Now see this. It goes more slowly. If I divide it by 10, it goes more slowly, right? So this is cool. Okay. Now, if I say this, this is x movement, okay? X. So I say input dot get axis horizontal. So instead of x, I'm saying whatever axis, okay? And z, I'll say vertical. I don't want any y movement, I'll put it as 0. Let's see how this behaves now. Now if I'm going to use my mouse, look at this. Actually that up and down keys are vertical keys, but I'm using it to go in Z. Does that make sense? Do you understand how transform.translate works? You're taking the input keys and saying this is the value. If you want it faster, you can say multiplied by 10, correct? So if it gives 1 unit, multiplied by 10 will go faster, 10 units. See that? If you want it slower, you can say divide by 10. So the only math I'm throwing at you today is multiplication and division. Surely you know that much math. See that? Slowly, it's gone slow. I'm going to stop this video here and get you to get your player movement. I'll be doing a lot of small videos today, lots of videos. Also, that will give us a chance to look at the games there. Okay.